Hello and welcome to T Money Talks. In this week's episode, T Money is going to try something a little different by playing the piano and just talking about whatever comes on their mind as they play. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Welcome back. It's another episode. It's another week of T Money Talks. It's your host T Money on this mic. And if you're not ready to get down and jiggy with it, well then let's just get down and jiggy with it. I'm sorry. But yes, I am trying something different today with this episode. You see, I wasn't really feeling like recording an episode of the podcast this week, mostly because I didn't have a topic. I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about, so I didn't want to give you guys something disingenuous. I wanted to give you something that I completely 100% had my heart against. So I went with this idea of playing the piano for you guys while also kind of just talking about whatever comes up, you know? I think it's going to be a really cool concept. I think it's going to be really cool. I am recording this in front of my piano or my keyboard, if you will. So I have a different setup for the podcast, but honestly, I feel like this might be the new vibe of T Money Talks, or at least it might be like a little like thing reoccurring segment that happens now and again. If you guys like it, if you vibe with it, you know, of course, I think I'm gonna enjoy it very much, because if you guys remember, I would do some lives on Instagram. I kind of had like a little series going on where I would go live on Instagram and just play whatever came to me. You know, sometimes I would just get some channeled messages from like, you know, whoever was speaking to me, whoever was talking, I was listening, and I was just, you know, vibing with what they were saying and putting it into music. And so I figured, what better way to do that than for the podcast, you know? Like, so that's what I'm gonna kind of do for you guys today, is I'm gonna vibe with myself, with my feelings, with whatever troubles, turmoils may be going on inside me that I am not aware of just yet. I'm gonna see if anything that gets channeled into the music, because again, I also use music as my therapy. So sometimes when I'm dealing with stuff, I'll play music and it just comes out really nicely. And then other times it's just like I'll be playing, I'll be jamming, and then suddenly like I'll have like this beautiful like thing come out of me. Obviously it's not recorded because I didn't know that was coming, but then it's like this beautiful piece that I play and I realized, oh wow, I didn't know that's what the problem was. Type of thing, you know? So I feel like that's what it's gonna be, my therapy, while also recording a really cool episode for the podcast. I might sneeze in 3, 2. Oh my, I apologize for that. I apologize. But thank you if anyone out there said bless you. Oh my god, here we go again. In 3. Quite early on that one. Ooh. Pardon me. Wild things are coming, yes. Anyway, so I also feel like the feng shui of the podcast is very different because of the setup that I have. The way I have the mic set up is very much like a studio way we would set up in the studio to record a piano. So it feels like I'm about to like record a really good track track right now. Oh my god, am I gonna die? No. Control Alt Delete that mess out of the world. But anyways, yeah, so I have it set up like I'm about to record in a studio or in my bedroom, because that's where I record all me music. Anyway, so I'm feeling very inspired. I really like this setup, which is why I'm like feeling like, ooh, what if I do it all the time? Anyway, so yes, while I can while I try to breathe again, I'm going to mess around with the piano a little bit, you know, and try to retain myself again before I try to speak again, because let's not say, and yes, anyways. hope you like this little thing I'm playing around with here. Sometimes I just kind of like hit the notes of the piano, because what I like most about the piano is that there's not really, I mean, of course you could like get wrong notes, like for example, you know, sometimes you get that dissonance in there. So for me to say that every note you could play sounds beautiful, in a sense, is to be true when it comes to the piano, because literally any note, you know, it just sounds, you add two notes, you add the right notes, you add the proper notes, you get some, you get some nice beautiful chords, you know. So you get that niceness, you get this like comfort. You're like, ooh, what is that? What is that thing coming towards me? And then, you know, so that's what I like about the keyboard. The piano, you can't really go wrong. And so sometimes I just gravitate towards the piano. Oops. And usually when that happens, I feel like that's when I'm like channeling something. Or someone is trying to tell me something, and the way I'm learning to, I'm sorry, I'm gonna need to get some water. 1 second. All right. I don't know what was happening there. I was like attacked by dust, and then like I had sneeze attacks, and then it was a time I needed, there was, I don't know what happened, but I opened the window, so hopefully I'm better. There's no more malfunctions like that. Could have also been my incense. I do have all my doors and windows closed, so it could have been like the incense smoke, you know, just getting around. I lit the creativity one to help kind of set the vibe, you know. But yeah, also just fair warning, because I kind of like just jumped into the piano playing like really fast. This podcast totally is gonna be like a Mr. Rogers vibes, like a sit down in your bedroom and just kind of like lay on the floor and vibe out, you know, type of vibes podcast. Definitely don't recommend listening to it while driving. I'd say listen to this when you're at home or you have somewhere where you could just relax, because this podcast is definitely going to be a very chill, laid-back vibe. So just get ready for some like piano playing. I might change the sounds, play around with the noises and stuff, but other than that, it's really just going to be me playing the piano, maybe me talking while playing the piano, and just kind of like you heard in the beginning, just kind of like play around with whatever comes, you know. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a vibe. Now that I gave you the disclaimer that now that you know what you're in for, let's get this show on the road, you know. But I liked what I was playing earlier, where it's this. I really liked this because this progression here sounds like a song I already have, which is why I enjoy it. My song is called Don't. And yeah, it's called Don't. I wrote it while have a beautiful music video. My friend Brian, my amazing friend Brian, helped me find the cast for my music video, and also helped me edit it as well. And it's a phenomenal music video. It's really great. I thank you to Brian and Chelsea, and to Gabe. And Gabe, I didn't forget your name, Gabe. And you as well, Gabe. Thank you to everyone who helped me on that film. The song Don't is on my Bandcamp, which if you go to bandcamp.com and search Now or Never, you'll find me and you'll be able to listen to the song and it'll be a vibe. Or you could go on YouTube and watch the music video. Really, it's up to you. But yeah, that's why I like that chord progression, is because that's the line in my song. It's the chord I play. And I picked the strings like that too, and then but it's the other note that I can't find. Yeah, anyways. So, I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna maybe vibe, so I kind of just stop rambling, because I don't really like when I ramble. But I also have this other nice idea with this chord progression here that I messaged to my friend Sammy. And I really love this chord progression. And when this idea came to me, I was in Jeremy's room. We were just sitting in his room, laying in his room, just vibing out to some music he was playing. And then suddenly just something called to me, and I had to get up and run to my room to play the piano. And I just got struck with this beautiful idea, and it was this chord progression right here. And I had to play around with it for a while, but the rough idea I did have, I sent it to Sammy. I was like, I have this idea. I see when I was playing it, the way I envision it in my head is you dancing to it, like the way the song moves is the way you move. So really, the song is only amplifying what you would be doing. So I sent him the very rough draft I had of it, which was like a 3-minute, like little recording I did on my phone, just so he kind of heard. So yeah, I don't know their pronouns. Me apologies if I'm wrong. Sorry. Anyway, so I sent it to him, and I sent the 3-minute one, and then I continued on playing with it to continue more to see like what else I heard with it musically. So this way they had something to work with, something to bounce around ideas with, And then so I sent him 2 more longer recordings, like a 7-minute and a 5-minute recording of the progression, both different sounds. One of them I named Mr. Rogers Vibes, because it was very much Mr. Rogers Vibes. It's kind of like this, where I'm like playing with the chords and just kind of like talking real smooth, like, and just talking about how beautiful these chords are, the progression, and that kind of vibe. So it was just very much Mr. Roger vibes. Then I played it with a different sound, gave it it gave it more like spacey vibes, which is really cool. I enjoyed that one as well. But I've been playing with this progression a lot lately. But someone just had to have me have this chord progression, because the way it came to me was just so powerful. Like, I never had something like make me have to like run into my room and stop what I was doing to play what I was hearing in my head or whatever they were telling me so strongly. And so I ran to my room and I just started playing this, and I just fell in love with this chord progression. Just so beautiful. And Sammy, they're he's such an incredible dancer. The way he moves, the way he dances to music, the best way I can explain it, the way I see it, is they dance the way I play music, if that makes sense. And by that I mean I play music with my whole body, with my whole soul. You could feel the energy I'm putting in this chords, in the progression. What makes that, and that's what helps to make it so beautiful, is I'm pouring what's inside of me into the music to help make it more enjoyable, more beautiful, more connected to you. And I feel like not a lot of musicians play like that, but I do. And to me, the way when I see Sammy dance, when I've seen them dance, they dance the way I play music. They know how to really connect with it. They know how to show the audience who they are within the music. They're like, hey, hello, I know this piece I'm dancing to is beautiful, but what I want you to focus on is my movements. Or, in a sense, well, this is just the way I see it. It's just like the emotion that's there is what I enjoy. It's what I feel like we both have in common, which is why I felt like I could see them dancing to it. But again, please understand, I've never danced or really considered myself a dancer, even though I've started dancing a lot lately. But I've never really seen like a lot of dance performances or dance recitals or anything, so I don't really know a lot about dance. So the way I'm talking about Sammy's dancing is just from the few times I've seen him dance, and based off of the other like dancers that I've seen perform before, is kind of in a sense how I'm comparing that each other's dance styles. So that is what I mean. So please do not come after me if I speak incorrectly. Just understand that it means I'm not knowledgeable of dance. I have a short knowledge of it. But I hope you're enjoying this. Because honestly, I feel like this is helping me talk even more. Because I know music therapy is a thing. And I always kind of considered becoming a music therapist. Because sometimes I have a lot of trouble talking about my problems and my issues. But I find it that when I get to a instrument or a piano or guitar... Oops, that was wrong. I don't know where I'm at. I got lost in my thought. Sometimes when I finally start playing my instruments... Whoa. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, I feel like sometimes when I start playing my instruments, it's just so much easier for me to talk about what's going on inside. Which is why I like music is therapy. It helps you get all those crazy little thoughts out of your mind. And I'm learning that dance does the same. Because you see, I used to not dance at all. Before my accident, I was like, no, please do not ask me to dance. Don't ask me to a dance. I do not want to go to a dance because I will not dance. So therefore, why do I want to go to a dance? So I never danced. But after my accident, after I couldn't walk for like 6 months, it made me have a new perspective on dance. It had me have a whole new perspective on walking. I realized I didn't cherish or appreciate the ability to walk that much. I always took it for granted, like something like, I could just do it, like it's so simple. But then to have it taken away from me the way I did, it humbled me. It showed me that, hey, you gotta appreciate the little things, because as you gone through, they come and go so easily. So I dance now. Believe it or not, T-Money dances alone in their room. I dance. I will dance for like hours in my room by myself. I'll just put on like Jamila Woods, I'll put a playlist on Spotify, and I will just vibe for hours, just dancing my little heart out. And the best part, what I'm learning, or I'm starting to do with dance, is at some point I start channeling all the negativity, all the negative energy, or anything that might not be serving me. I start to like do Reiki on myself, and I start to cleanse my body of all the negative energy or anything that doesn't suit me. I like start to get it out of my body. I start like moving it around, help guiding it out of me, and once I got it out of me, I send it out the window on its way. I'm like, hello, thank you for stopping by, but it's your time to go. And then it goes. And then I always feel so much better after I dance. I just didn't know I would enjoy dancing that much. And now I notice whenever I start feeling like kind of low, or like antsy, or like my energy, my vibe's off, after I dance, it's back. I feel good again. I feel cleansed. And that's the beauty of dance, music, it's because the two combined can help change and save lives. Alone, they change and save lives. Alone, they're both equally just as powerful. But the power of music, just the way it moves you, is incredible. And I'm learning to appreciate dance because of the way the music has moved me. It's showing me how my body can move. And I feel like dancing has also been very therapeutic for my foot because it's doing things, it's moving in ways it hasn't in months, you know? So that's helping a lot. And I love it. I love that I dance now. And honestly, from dancing, it's kind of made me realize that when I was little, I actually wanted to be a dancer. I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, and if I have, I do apologize. But I've realized that if I would have never gotten a guitar, if my mom would have taken me to dance lessons or something, I probably would have ended up as a dancer. I would have ended up majoring in dance, doing dance things. I don't know. But instead it was music, and the dancer in me got closed away. Just got put on a shelf, you know, and locked in the closet, and then put in storage, and then was kind of just disappeared for a while, you know. But then the universe took away my ability to walk, only for me to learn to appreciate the art of dance. So I'm really glad that I dance now. I also feel like it's helped with my music. Yeah, it's helped me even more with like connecting the audience, finding a way to make all of my songs have some type of groove, for some way for the noise, the vibrations to move them. I feel like that's what dancing has taught me with my music as well. It's very powerful, very crazy what it's doing. And I just realized I've been doing this now for 21 minutes. This little chord progression here. But I'm telling you, that's the beauty of it. It's the beauty of music. How open and willing I'm willing to talk when there's an instrument in front of me. How comfortable I get. How open I could be. All just from a few notes. From a few strokes of my fingers. That's all it took. Feel free to lay down if you're not, or if you're able to. Just kind of close your eyes. Let my piano chord progression just kind of take you. Just vibe with your mind. Meditate in a sense. Play a little movie in your head. Just take this next couple of minutes to just be with yourself. Connect. Find yourself. And vibe. Sorry if you heard that burp. I love this chord progression. I know I said this before. But there's something about this chord progression that just makes me feel so free. It does kind of have that kind of church vibe. I do know that. But that's not the vibe that it is. And that's why I love it. Because someone could try to be like, oh, you're taking me to church. But I'm not. I'm taking you to you. I'm taking me to myself, to my inner child, to whoever I used to be, so that I could reflect and see how far I've grown, see how strong I've become, and so I could tell myself that, hey, I love you. And that's the most important thing. And I'm never gonna stop loving you. No matter what anyone tells you to think. You'd be happy to see who you're turning out to be. You're turning into someone very beautiful. But just know, you've always been beautiful. I love you. I hope you're really enjoying yourself right now. I hope whatever you're doing, this is relaxing you if you're at work. Or this is helping you connect more with yourself if you're alone. Whether you're with friends, family. I hope this helps you to connect with whoever you're listening to this to with. And that includes you and yourself. I mean, we all just heard me have beautiful conversation with my inner child. And I couldn't feel better than I do right now to be able to go back and tell that little human that everything is gonna be okay. It's just so lovely. It reminds me of how I was talking to my grandmother right before I started recording. Sorry. Yeah, I have her picture in the center of my altar. And I was just having a moment you know, but it was nice to hear her voice, to feel her energy again. I'm glad she's the center of it. Her promise will forever be remained. I hope you guys really did enjoy this chord progression. Because something is just not letting me move from it. And this isn't the direction I thought we were going to go. I thought it was going to be different. But who knows? Maybe this was a message that was meant to be heard by a lot of people. Maybe, I know myself included, absolutely, which is why I kept here. I stayed. I didn't let myself try to control or move on. I was just like, no, something is telling me, stay here, be with this, be in the moment. And so I did. I stayed, and that message was absolutely for me. I know it was. But if it resonated with you as well, I sure hope it did, because I believe that this was meant to be heard. So just know you're loved, even when you think you're not, even when you think you're alone. You have yourself. You're there. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was not attractive, and I cannot edit it out because then the song will sound... it'll be such a bad edit. Oh man. This has got to be a completely unedited podcast. I just realized that. But it's alright. The music was there to help fill the void. So with that, I won't make this a solid 40-minute podcast, possibly. I won't let this keep lingering for too long. Because I just realized this is going to be the easiest podcast for me to edit. And I love that. So guys, I think I'm just gonna play this for a little bit longer, so feel free to end the podcast here if you don't want to continue listening to the piano. I may talk a little bit more, but I think I'm gonna start winding it down. So if you happen to be meditating to this, just start to come back with me now as we bring you on back. Start to feel your body again. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet. Move your body, stretch it out. Open the eyeballs. And just say hello. And get back with your day. Because I truly hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Hope you would like this little vibe thing I got going on here, because I think I'm going to do a little more often. So just to let you know, there's probably not going to be any outro music, just because I think it might be a little weird. So I'll say my little shebang, and then we might just fade this puppy out, because I think that's the best way to go. So, until next time, guys, this is T-Money saying live your life, because you're the only one who get it. Alright, guys. Bye!